Back. You guys have seen way too much of me today, that is for sure. But I got Angry Tinkerbell up. You know what that means, right? Okay, so Angry Tinkerbell is here to say crap. Yeah? Okay, now what am I talking about? Well, let me show you. Hold on. And let me share this. Share. Share. Okay, so we had a really great live. We had a really great live about the ravine that is being discussed where uh, mainstream media reporters, I mean, these are duly employed, high journalistic in standards, you know, um, reporting and putting out these newscasts. Okay. So I got lazy and I got caught. And oh well, as John Q. Public said, it took him about 30 seconds to swoop in and be, kind of like a jerk, like she can be. To say, oh, don't quit your day job. Okay, John Q. Really? Because you're putting out exactly zero content. Um, but anyway, so if you see a newscast on an official station, let's see if I can get to the station. There it is. On an official station, this is 11 Alive. Um, 1 million subscribers. Yeah, 1 million. Am I looking at that right? Yes, 1 million subscribers. They are a mainstream media um, uh, company, and I think their local is 511 or something. And wouldn't you think that they're using high journalistic standards? Is that what you would assume? Oh, I don't know why this is showing up here, but that's weird. Okay. So, yeah, so you would expect that there would be some high journalistic standards, correct? Okay. So let's just watch and see.
All right, let's get to our other top story tonight. What happened to Deborah Collier? This mystery is gaining national attention tonight as new details reveal the Athens woman's tragic final moments. More than a week after her body was found in Habersham County, about an hour.
Do you recognize that photograph? Yes, that is one of the photographs that I put up for the live that we had. That was really productive, really great, no trouble, right? So keep listening and watching.
Away from her home. A police report reveals.
Ah, there's another one. That's the second one. So kind of strange that they used these two pictures in
The exact details of the crime scene. And a warning, folks, they are very disturbing. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following this case.
So isn't that interesting that they, use these pictures and now we know where these pictures came from. These are actually pictures of a death of a local man who died in October of 2021. So just about a year ago, right? And it was an accidental death. He apparently accidentally fell over the ledge or something. There's another death right in this same area related to a gorge, and it was a woman, and I believe that was back like in April sometime. So um I would this actually
Her home. A
this
police
news
report
goes
reveals
on.
the exact details of the crime scene. And a warning, folks, they are very disturbing. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following this case very closely.
And Cody, investigators did reveal one new detail in the past few hours, but basically a lot of red flags with this entire story.
No doubt about that, Jennifer. Start with a random Venmo text to her daughter where she transferred $2,300 to her Venmo account.
Okay, so no, she did not transfer $2,300. She transferred $2,385, right? So I'm feeling a bit irritated by this news station, and that I was dumb enough or uh, lazy enough not to double check what I was putting out, right? So I don't know. Call me crazy. You would just think that what they're putting out is accurate, correct? Okay, so I apologize, and I changed the it would, and that was, yeah. I mean, they're completely incorrect. The photographs are actually a year old. Well, when they were put up, which was September 20, no, September 14th, maybe. Oh, maybe it was 24. It was like 14 days ago. So yeah, September 11th. So about September 11th, September 12th, this ran, and they used these pictures, and these photographs were not used as like a really fast kind of blurb, right? Like these weren't like some really fast kind of filler photographs. How long did they stay up? They stayed up for at least, what, 3 minutes while the guy's talking about, the details of how her body was found, last known location, blah blah blah. You know, I just would not have thought that they would do that. Really, I wouldn't do it. And I actually had somebody, and I'm not technically a journalist. I don't have any journalistic training. Um, I mean, I have advanced degrees and stuff, but nothing related to. I know how to cite a paper. I know how to write and properly cite my articles, but I don't. I would never put up just a unconnected photograph talking about a scene without at least somehow showing. I mean, if I put up a photograph unrelated, I might make it kind of funny looking, make it a joke or something like that. But anyway, it it just made me aware, and I know this is what's so frustrating for me. I know that we can't really believe what mainstream media is saying. I get that. I know that. And I've encountered these stories plenty of times, that especially related to Egypt, because I lived in Egypt, um, right outside of Cairo, and lots of friends in Cairo, worked in Cairo, and at the same time as the Arab Spring. And the reporting that was done here stateside was there was no, there was only a passing relationship to what actually happened there on the ground. So I know that this can happen, but I screwed up, and I really thought that it was a detail that we had overlooked. We, the true crime community, I thought that it was an important detail that we had overlooked. There were people on television saying, actually using the words, that she had either fallen off the gorge or found in a ravine. Um, you can see the damn ravine. So I just, I own it. I totally did it. And, so to clear it all up, those pictures are from the Tallulah Fall Gorge, within miles of where Deborah Collier's body was found. But apparently she wasn't found in a ravine. I don't know, because they're saying she was. So she's not found in a ravine. She's found in the forest, a quarter of a mile from the interstate, I think Highway 15, a county road, Highway 15, and she's laying at the base of a root ball, a tree that the stump had been pulled over. That's it. Uh, do we even believe that? I don't know. I can't figure out how much was put out there about Kylie Rodney that was false. How much? Look at how much information was put out that was false about Nicole Kessinger and the whole Chris Watts debacle. It's just, you really would think that mainstream media would have their information in order, right? So, I'm frustrated and irritated, and I don't want to kill the video because it takes your views away when you delete a video, and I don't want to lose those views, but I also don't want to keep misinformation up. So I've changed the title of the video that says it says game changer ? And then in capital letters I put no, and the two photographs are not related to Debbie Collier. And now I'm doing this live, and I really don't know what more that I can do to make it right. So please just put the word out that the video that I put up with the two photographs, those photographs are not related to Debbie Collier. They were two photographs that were used while they were reporting on the story of a local man who fell off and, went off the side of the cliff and died there by the water at Tallulah Gorge or Tallulah Falls. So, I don't know what else to say, but trolls, y'all go ahead and have fun. Trust me, you're not going to say anything that I'm not already, irritated and frustrated. So go ahead and have fun. I don't care. All right. Hey, Shelly. Well, so Shelly Weldon she understands about, having integrity and honesty when you're putting public information out. And so, yeah, Shelly. So I assumed that the mainstream media would be putting up actual true photographs of what the story is they're talking about. And you've got reporters talking about her being found in a ravine. And I didn't double check what I was doing. And so I kind of got caught my pants down. So I'm just trying to make it right. And yeah. So it sucks, when you make a product, you put it out there, and then you got some editor or something comes back and says, are you sure you checked your sources? Oh yeah, I totally did. You better check them again. So, but truth, I did not check these. I didn't try to pull up those pictures because they're embedded in a news report. It's not even like a talk show. It was an actual news story reporting on the disappearance of the woman. Wouldn't you think that they would have been honest? So I feel foolish, Shelly. I feel really foolish. Yeah. So, well, it was my fault. I should have tried to find the pictures. So I did screw it up. I did, but that's okay. We'll move by. We'll move forward, right? If that's the worst thing that ever happens, I'll be in good shape, right? All right. Okay. So that is that. Let me think of so now there's a news story out. I'm not jumping on this bandwagon. Not after this whole crap thing that just happened. Apparently there are some new documents out. And of course the documents say these are not authenticated documents. So guess who's not going to be putting up these documents like they're official? And no, I just learned my lesson. Okay. But I will gossip about them. Shall we gossip, ladies? Okay. So here's the deal. Somebody got in for an information packet, and in that is a lot of legal documents. I hope I'm not yelling because I've got headphones on that are sound canceling. Okay. So somebody got the FOIA request, and it was quite a bit of information. And part of the release, which I find rather shocking, but part of the release is a whole bunch of legal documents on one Andrew Guggenrich. Who's that? Amanda's Who's Your Daddy. Okay. So this is Amanda Bearden's bank. Andrew Guggenrich is or Geigerich is the one who we see on the video saying, well, she just takes my money. The minute my check goes in the bank, she takes $500 and goes and buys drugs. Remember him? Okay, the guy who's short, right? Okay, and when I say short, I mean he's notably small. I mean, she's supposed to be 4'11", and when they're standing side by side, he is clearly about 3 inches shorter than her. So, but it's interesting because he's muscular and he's athletic, and he was actually an accomplished wrestler, and then he did MMA fighting for a while. And so, I'm not saying that he's weak because he's small. I'm saying in a descriptive fashion, he and Amanda Bearden and Debbie Collier are all the same size, physiologically the same size. When he was fighting MMA, he was competing weighing 135 pounds. That is very small for the skeleton of a male, right? But he is muscular. He is built up, like his upper chest and everything. He's built up. So, in these documents about him, Andrew, there was a lot of information about him being arrested, the different charges that he's had through the years, and currently he is owing a nice, tidy sum of cash, it would appear. Now, what is that cash? Well, part of it is he owed in September of 2021, he owed court cost for a DWI of $2,025. Also, Mr. I'm Andrew and I ain't never done drugs in my whole damn life. Y'all remember him? So, Andrew, I've never done drugs my whole entire life. He also owes $1,000 in fees, and that was for a marijuana charge. Man, I'm Andrew and I have never done drugs in my whole life. Okay. So that brings us up to a total of $3,025 right there. Then there is the seatbelt and taillight violation of $750. So all total, he owes, let me see, 2775, 28. He owes $2,875 plus $292, which was for a warrant fee. So 2025 DWI, marijuana 1,000, that's 3,025 plus 750, that's $3,775. I'm sorry, I don't see how that is $2,385. What am I getting wrong, people? Am I saying that wrong? Help me. Help me, baby Jesus. Help me. So I don't know why now we have people that are saying the amount of money that was, let me see if I can find it now. Oh, shoot. Oh, I know where it is. Let's see. Grizzly. I think Grizzly has it up. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Share. 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 Okay. Okay. So this was don't and y'all go over to Grizzly and watch. I'm not playing somebody's video. Go over to her channel and watch, because she's got a ton. This video that she's got here, there's a ton of good information. I don't mean related to the money. I mean related to a lot of stuff. So go over and watch. But just because this is hard to keep up with, I want you to pay attention to this and tell me, am I crazy? The amount of money. Okay, y'all tell me. Put in chat, how much money was the Venmo? How much money was the video? Hey, honey Kay, welcome. Hey, kitty dog, why are you barking at me? You want to go outside? Huh? While everybody's putting on their math tabs, I'm gonna let my dog out while y'all are writing down how much Venmo. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. And let me take these damn headphones off because they're noise canceling and it makes me yell. So I apologize. Okay, yeah, I agree, M Stone. It $2,385. That was the Venmo from either Debbie or Steve to Amanda, correct? Okay, now then. This a lot of people are saying that Andrew, that he owed to the court the same exact amount as the Venmo. This is nowhere near the same amount, y'all. 2025 court fees plus 1,000 for marijuana, that's 3,025, plus 750, that's $3,775, plus the 292 would be 3,000, that'd be 4,000. $4,362. Not close. So I don't know why. I've seen several channels getting super duper excited that the $2,385 was the same amount that that Andrew owed. So yeah, so I don't know, and again, please go. I'm going to put Grizzly's link here. All right, if y'all have not ever watched her channel, you really should. She has I love her videos and her content. Watch her, as much as I can. So, all right. So, yeah, so that's again not it is close. The 2025, maybe you add in the 292, that gets you kind of close. That gets you to 2317, right? That gets you to 2,317, but then you're missing about $60. And so then what do you do with the 750 and the 1,000? But I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's, right. Let me see. There was somebody else I was watching. Let me see. Let's try to pull this up. somebody that was pulling up and using these documents, and after the burn I just got, I am highly, yeah, no, that's not right. Who was it? Oh, maybe it is him. I think it was this. Who is that? Yeah. So this is Crime and Justice, and she's actually got these documents. So let me, mods, can y'all get her link to this video so people can? I'm not going to do the. I'm irritated by what just happened with me, and so I'm kind of not even interested in doing this right now. But I know a lot of people are. So here are. Looks like she's got a treatment order that would have been from September the 19th, 2022, treatment order. I'm going to assume that is like the order for him to go to rehab. Uh, we have had a lot of people. One of the last lives that I did, I got really confused because so many people were saying, "Oh, well, is there treatment center in Tallulah Falls? Was she going to the treatment center? Was she going?" And I kept thinking, why are they talking about a treatment center? Because I didn't have any of that information. I tried to stick to mainstream media and the press conferences, and then individual phone calls and interviews of the people involved, right? And so I hadn't heard anybody talk about treatment facilities, but apparently this set of documents, what all is in here? DUI dismissed, sentencing, order violation 1, order violation 2, another sentencing number 2, witnesses exposed, treatment order, family violence case. Oh, so it looks like he's got a family violence. That's kind of interesting. Let me see what this is. I didn't check the chat. Would y'all please drop a link to her channel? Supervised by Clark County. It's not Clark County, is it? Isn't it Habersham? Oh, that's Athens. Okay. So by the sheriff of Athens, Clark County, conditioned upon the defendant's appearance. Defendant may not be released from the county jail until an appropriate electronic monitoring device has been installed. It gives the address, and I guess we'll all have to look that up, won't we? No curfew is imposed. All right. Interesting. But I don't know if it's real. It says loud and clear, not an authorized copy. So I don't know if she's supposed to have these or if she's supposed to be putting them out. But there you go, right? This is almost the end of the video, and you can see she's still got a lot coming up. The defendant, the amount of 500. 50, 50, 25. Oh, I can see. Oh, there's a lot of math going on in here. Ooh, I may have to go through this a little more closely. Minimum of 1 screen per month. So he's got to pay $787.50 for a monthly drug screen. Okay, here's all the terms. obey all state, federal, local laws, abstain from the use and permission consumption of alcohol and controlled substances and illegal drugs, submit to random drug and alcohol screening, pay fines and fees, go to probation officer. Doesn't look like there's any restitution. Got to pay probation supervision. And you got to show proof of your vehicle tag. Oh, vehicle tag forfeiture. Okay, so, well, no, yeah, it is checked too. So apparently, Andrew, I've never done drugs in my life, was told as a condition of his bond or his probation, he was not allowed to drive. So that goes along with the whole DWI thing, correct? So that is interesting. Very interesting. Now, there's been some speculation. Let me bring this up too. There's been some speculation that, let me take this down off the screen, but please put their link up, Crime and Justice channel. Please put our link up. All right. Let me end that one too. There we go. And then I think I had, where is my McGill research? I just have way too many damn, oh well, have way too many tabs open. Okay, so there is discussion. I'm just going to put that up because it's something to look at. So there was a little bit of discussion about different channels, the possibility of this whole this story by Amanda that a convict or an ex-convict on probation wasn't supposed to be driving. A can of paint fell off and hit Debbie's car, and he was begging her not to tell because he wasn't supposed to be driving. And people were speculating, and they were going, oh, maybe this is Andrew. Maybe Amanda fudged on the story a bit, fudged on the little identity of who it actually was, trying to hide the possibility that it was her, Andrew, that was actually the one who got the paint all over Debbie's car, right? Well, now come to find out, no, that's not the case at all. There actually is a guy. He is currently in jail, and he's in jail for what? Murder of his roommate, to be exact. So Debbie had some brushes with some curious situations and dangerous people, but it's so odd because she's not really living a high risk lifestyle, right? So it seems kind of strange that she's a the stable, regular person working hard and living her best life. But then this convict who in May, this was April, this happened a month later, May, she gets the paint on her car. The guy just a month later is, his roommate shows up dead and he gets arrested for doing it. So lots of weird, how it was it that she kept ending up in these unusual situations? And, there's no way, maybe you can say bad luck perhaps, but I don't know. I'm not always a big believer all the way around. I think occasionally there are coincidences. Occasionally there is bad luck. But when you start having a pattern of unusual things happening, you get this paint on your car, you end up falling face first into the sidewalk. It's just too much. She had a lot of she had a bad car accident that resulted in some really serious physical damage, and she couldn't walk very well, and she was living in chronic pain. That had happened maybe a year before. So I don't know. This is a crazy, crazy story. It really, really is. So I'm being uber extra careful about the about the whole jumping onto the bandwagon um, with the documents. I want to be very careful just because of what happened with these two pictures. I want to be very careful before I say anything officially. We're gossipy gossip right now. I have not looked at those documents in any depth other than what you just saw. I do notice that they say that they're not official documents, and so be very careful. But I do notice that the amount of the Venmo was $2,385. I don't understand why people are saying Andrew owed exactly $2,385 because that's not what it looks like. Right? Okay. All right, you guys, you're awesome. I'm irritated. I'm sorry. But hopefully, I'll feel better about it later. But right now, I'm just irritated. Just irritated. So I don't know why, Anyway, I helped spread bad information, and I'm sorry. So please forgive me, and I'll promise I'll be very, very careful in the future. Okay. M Stone is being a sweetheart. Thank you. Pointing out there's 59 people watching, only 11 likes. If for nothing more, could you maybe just do a thumbs up just because, I have honesty? Just do a thumbs up because, I screwed up and I own it. So all right. Thank y'all. And I hope you got, what is that? Blue flowers by the door is a sign for swingers. Oh, no. I don't believe all that because I used to hear purple. I think I used to hear like purple rocks. If somebody had like a rock that was painted purple in their front yard, that was supposed to be a sign. I don't know. I think that's just people that like to talk about stuff like that. I don't believe in all of that. Why would anybody want to announce their sexual proclivities? I'm not sure I believe that, but maybe. I don't know. Thank you, Shelly. That is very kind. I don't feel like it right now, but I appreciate you saying that. It was in their video, so I would have thought the same. You were just only one that noticed it. Thank you, M Stone. We have a story to share. Would be good if you had a phone line open for calls. I don't generally talk with people from the whole YouTube thing, but I will as soon as I finish Crosswave. I'm going to check my Fools and Sages account. I will read your thing. I would love to talk to you about the story and come up on panel and tell your story. I mean, I'm open to all that. That sounds fine. Great. Maybe what we need to do is set up a Zoom call, Crosswave. So we can definitely do a Zoom call if that sounds good to you. Pineapples too. Lots of nudist resorts in Georgia. Pineapples or peaches? But I don't think Debbie was that freaky. She doesn't strike me as freaky. She just seems like a no, Crosswave. It is not case sensitive. You can put whatever you want on it. Catherine, she by all intent and purposes, she seems to be living a very stable, consistent, low drama, predictable and dependable lifestyle. You know what that equates to? Low risk. So there's no markers that would say, hey, this woman might live a lifestyle where she might come across dangerous people. None of that was there. She was a fairly stereotypical middle class, middle aged woman. And you know how wild and crazy we are. So no, I don't, I, no, she did. I think her connection, and I continue to say this, her connection is through her daughter. And that doesn't mean that I think her daughter harmed her. That is not what I'm saying. But maybe someone that knows her daughter, and that the reason that Debbie was targeted was that's the worst kind of pain for Amanda, because she loves her mom and her mom was good to her. And maybe that's, the way that some really evil people might respond. And all of this is skepticism, allegedly, at its highest order. I sent you an email with a photo of Debbie with short blonde hair. And you know what? That I'm going to look at it as soon as we get off the live. But guess what else? The blonde hair cap visor, it's supposed to arrive today. Upside down pineapples by your door in our swingers, Georgia. I don't know. You know what? I let people do what they like, as long as they're not hurting anybody, as long as there's no, small children or animals being harmed. I don't, you know what? As long as you're not hurt, you're being kind. I don't care what you do. Really, it's not my business. Our Wi-Fi is not very best. Phone line would have been perfect. Yeah, I could call from the hospital. But I don't want to do, like a private call. Let's see. I know, Jen. I'm excited to see it for sure. It's strange that 2 days after Amanda got back in town, Debbie goes missing, and then the next day is found deceased. That is unfortunate and ironic, to say the least. Agreed. No, to me, when I read all of this about her, she and Andrew, and the timeline, circumstance of the timeline, it's just like a tornado came to town, isn't it? It's just like she swooped in and everything just, it's like Hurricane Ian coming to town in Fort Myers. All right. Wednesday, calming the chaos. Wednesday is the wig visor. Yes, I'm going to go live with my visor on, if I can decide what to do with all of this hair. It's the Karen visor. Has the unfired round at the crime scene been confirmed? Yes, it's in a crime scene photo, Rabid. So yes, it has been confirmed. And Wednesday is the day I go live, looking, pretending to be the guy that I think was in the Family Dollar store. And I know, before everybody gets upset and freaks out, I recognize that the police have said that although originally the people at the Family Dollar said that it was Amanda in the store, that they later said, no, we were wrong. It was actually Debbie. I know that, but I'm skeptical. Y'all know that about me. I'm skeptical. And I damn well should have been more skeptical about the 11 Alive mainstream media newscast. And you see, I dropped my skepticism for one moment, and what happens? So there. So, just because I'm a bit skeptical, I believe the cops, but maybe I'm feeling that there's a reason not to exactly trust the person that they talked to in the dollar store. We do have a strange what appears to be dollar store employee who's walking in and out of the dollar store 3 times as Debbie is sitting in her car. You got to admit, there was some fairly crazy activity going on in that parking lot as she's sitting in her car. Wild speculation. What if she's being gang stalked? Guess what, Shalimar? You and I must have seen the same video, right? Because it certainly looks like she was being gang stalked to me. Yep, sure does. What up with the message Debbie supposedly sent? It's so weird. It is weird. And I think that's one of the things that's really got people really, absorbed, just consumed by the case. It's just strange. The one fact that I found fascinating in the Kylie Rodney case that nobody talks about, but to me, it's so curious. It's so mysterious, and it seems to be so predictive, right? You know what it is? I can't get over the fact that she had the number 17 tattooed on her rib cage. She had the number 17 tattooed on her, and she never made it to the age 17. Think about that. It's weird. Like some weird sci-fi, you know? All right. It does. Yeah, Shalimar, that's actually a really good point that we could look at. Yeah, you can see the redhead employee drive in the opposite direction northbound on leaving the car park. Absolutely agreed, Rabid Dog. But there are some other oddities going on in that parking lot. And so I think the combination of what you see is what's so unusual and strange feeling. Hazel, you are so sweet. Thank you, Hazelnut. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If she was an employee, yeah, hit the like. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, Maureen. All right. Hey, Schrader. Also, maybe while she sat in the parking lot, she was putting an address in the GPS and sending the Venmo. Bingo, Schrader. I would agree with you. Yes. The way she drives, stopping and starting slowly is very strange. Yeah. So, do you guys want to look at that? Do y'all want to look at that video right now? Let's look at it. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me get it pulled up. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why. I don't. I guess y'all could hear me now. Yeah. Um. Okay. So I'm sorry I wasn't watching because I was watching the video of the parking lot. Um. Let's see what I want to focus on since we kind of. So one thing that I was commenting on that I don't know if you heard was how how okay, right here. Okay, so this black truck is really really interesting. There you go. So the black truck is super interesting, right? And we notice that the truck moves into the area as Debbie is moving. And for some reason, too, you see this gray truck that's sitting over here. It sits through this whole 10-minute period of time. It's sitting there. It never leaves or comes back, but you can clearly see that there's somebody there, and they get out of the car or the truck. Let me go back just a bit. And this is one of the bad parts of zooming in really close. Is, you don't have as much, the slightest little movement it turns into a big movement. Okay, so first thing I want to focus on Debbie's car moving and what the black truck does. And I think Grizzly talks about this on her channel too. So you can see the black truck's coming up, and then watch this girl. She makes 3 trips across the parking lot in this time frame, and then suddenly floors it to try to keep up, I think, with Debbie's vehicle. But let's kind of watch and see. And I'm really wanting to focus as much as possible on the truck. And it almost looked like, she was making this sharp curve, almost like she, wanted to talk to whoever was in the black truck. And it's a shame we can't see, a little bit better in that big zoom. But notice out here by this truck that doesn't move the whole time, clearly someone just got out of that truck and they're watching what's happening here. And this lady kind of I think it's a lady, kind of stops and hesitates right here at the back. And you can see it looks like she's with another person, and they're just kind of standing in between. Now I'm gonna tell you, I've done a lot of driving Colorado and back. It's like 19 hours. You do stop and get out of your vehicle and stretch and kind of move around. So it's not nefarious all on its own. But when you're kind of looking at something like this and you're just looking at any little movement, then, you got to be careful. You got to watch everything. So she's just going to sit. So let's watch what the black truck does. And it almost looks coordinated between the black truck and these other cars finally moving. It almost, it doesn't mean it's for certain. He drives a strange way as if he's like leaving the parking lot, but then watch what he does. He whips it on around. And he slows down like he's looking. And is he looking back to see if Debbie's leaving or not? Pretty slow. And then he's going to finally pull into the space. And I sat and studied it. He doesn't move. Nobody gets out of the black truck. And Steve Collier drives a big black truck. It's impossible for me to say what kind of truck this is. It looks a bit like a Dodge. I think the Collier's is a Ford, but I'll see if I can, y'all look, see if you can find pictures of what Collier's driving, and then we'll see. I'm not sure which it is. All right, so we got that. Now, remember how long we sat and there was no movement, right? We sat a long time, zero movement. Now all the cars are going to start moving around. Okay, this young woman has just walked out again for the third time, and she looks again back in this direction. She's still looking back over her shoulder. Now, Debbie starts to drive off, and you got people coming out now. It's almost like as soon as she starts coming off, you got a big group of people that start headed out to this brown truck. She's slow. You see how she's sort of lurching a bit? Like there's hesitancy in what she's doing. These people get into the truck as soon as she starts driving off. Now, she looked to me like the truck was pointed off to the right, and right here she corrects and pulls it back to the left. Like maybe she's going to go over to this black truck, maybe. And then she stops. See where she almost comes to a stop? Something happened. She either looked at whoever was in the truck, something, or was told, no, don't go there. And so then she switches directions at that. See, she's almost a dead stop. And now she takes a hard right. And right here, you've got the silver car that has really driven very quickly to get to that end of the parking lot. You've got Debbie's truck, and then here's that red vehicle right here. Two really bright red vehicles messing around during all this. Driving, not real fast. The silver car was going fast. Let's see. Okay. Now, there they are, the fateful three. Now, I'm going to let this keep running, but I want you to watch the silver car and the red car, and I want you to tell me, do they slow down as if they're talking to each other as they pass each other by? The silver car actually almost comes to a complete stop. Let me put it on really slow, and then that'll help us be able to judge how fast it's going. All right. Let me see if I can get us a bit closer to it. So watch them as they pass each other by. Now they're right beside each other. The silver car stopped. Look, Do you see that? They did speak to each other. Wow. Did y'all see that? Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to make it small again. When you zoom in like that, you lose all control of your picture. All right, let me go back a little bit. Let's look at it again. Okay, let me zoom. Okay, we're looking right here. The silver car is coming up right here. And you'll notice that the silver car actually comes to a complete stop. And the red car slows down. And then as soon as their windows are past each other, then the red car really kind of takes off pretty fast. Watch. She just put her lights on, her brakes. See, the silver car is not moving. And now it's moving again. Wow. Maybe that's how we know. All right, so let's see what happens in the rest of the parking lot. Here's the red car again. So you got both red cars, and a red truck and a red car in the parking lot. It's impossible to see inside that car, isn't it? It's impossible to see inside of it. Okay, and now you got this red car and this red truck moving together. They're both pulling in. See that guy running? That person came walking down the sidewalk and went to the red. Well, so nobody's going to get out of the truck? There's a person right here. No one ever got out of the red truck or the red car, did they? The video's still going because you can see the birds moving around. Is this a person down on their knees right here? What was that? That was weird looking. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to watch this gray car's coming in, and then you got someone right here going to that old truck that they've been working on. And I'm going to zoom really far in just to sort of see if there's any kind of interaction. Oh, that's a good clean picture. Look at there. Looks like he's got his hand either in his pocket or behind his back. So it just looks like two guys working on a truck, doesn't it? Nothing interesting about it. Now, I believe that this silver car, it enters and it stays until Debbie leaves, I think. That's sure when you slow it down like that. Okay, so I think they stay through this whole thing. So let's see. By slowing, I didn't really realize that you could do this, but by slowing, well, now we lost that really great picture that we had. For a little while, we had a nice picture. Uh, Maybe it'll come back, but slowing it down, I think definitely makes the picture better. Okay, so this just pulled in right here, and it seems to stay throughout the whole course of this thing, right? Um, I could sit and watch this for hours and hours and hours because it's so significant, right? This last time that we know where she is in life. So is that the same red truck or is that a different red truck? It seems to have really no purpose, no real direction, right? Puts the brakes on, but why put the brakes on? There's no cars anywhere around. Still got the brakes on. What are you looking at? Came to a stop. So weird, isn't it? Then again, these guys are just kind of hanging out. They've come to a stop here. I think this red truck is involved, y'all. Look how slow it's just inching along. So what do you think is going on here? You think they're watching her and she's refusing to drive away? She's asking for them to leave her alone, and there's several people in the parking lot keeping their eye on her? I mean, this red truck literally has now come to a standstill. These guys are doing nothing. They're just standing here. And don't say, well, their car won't work. Because remember, they're going to get right in that truck and drive away just like nobody's business. Okay, closes the hood of the truck. Tall, skinny guys look walking up like to the dollar store. Red truck is at a standstill, got their light brakes on. I mean, there's a lot of time in this parking lot with nothing going on. And then as soon as Debbie leaves, people start running around and cars start whipping out. And remember this big silver SUV that pulled in beside her? It doesn't look like anybody got out and went in the store, but it's staying now this whole time. And here goes the brown truck. Why are they sitting out in the parking lot with the hood up? They never fixed it. They were just standing there with the hood up for the longest time, and then they drive off. Why? Red car still hadn't moved, or truck still hasn't moved. Brown truck acts like it's kind of waiting on that white van to go ahead and pull on out, doesn't it? Boy, the guy in the brown truck's driving very slow. Look how slow he's going by there. Sorry, this is boring, but it's interesting. What do you guys think? Remember, we got people sitting out here in this truck too, not moving. A lot of people sitting in the cars in that parking lot, y'all. Oh, okay. Red truck's on the move right here. No, it's the red car. The red car and the red truck. Wait, let's wait and see what it is. It's the red truck. All right, so it looks like the red truck is leaving. But we know it comes back. Remember? It comes back and parks at the dollar store. All right, so the red truck is gone. All right, people getting into that big white SUV. Really makes you appreciate how long she sat there. I think she must have been terrified. And remember, I have this slowed down, this in slow motion. People in this car right here just sitting. Okay, so that car leaving, that is not the car that came and pulled in beside Debbie. It was the big SUV that pulled in. So these people that are in this SUV, they never went in the store, y'all. I'm trying to look to see if I can see anybody moving around in the silver car. Just can't get close enough to it. Okay, that gives us a zoomed in view of Debbie, the worker's car, and this pretty truck out here. And remember the red truck that was being kind of sketchy? It's driven out now. It's gone. It's actually a really nice truck, isn't it? This dark gray one over here. Super cab. It's got a sticker on the back here. Looks like it's got a sunroof too, or a moonroof. Very quiet parking lot. See if we can hurry it up a little bit, right? The other thing that's kind of suspicious, didn't they? Oh no, maybe they were getting her out and going into the store. I really wouldn't pay much attention to it. I'll wait for something to happen. Okay. In my opinion, this truck is sketchy. I'm curious about this truck. I know the black truck and the red truck and the red car are also of interest. But choose one vehicle to focus on, and then we'll all compare notes after this plays out. I'm going to slow it back down now that we got movement coming. And let's see if it looks like there's any triggers anywhere. Golly, it won't pause. This just looks like a normal guy, doesn't it? Just looks like a regular guy walking in. Why isn't it working? Apparently, if you've got it slowed down, you lose control of your do experiment. Okay, so he looks like he's looking off to the left, but a lot of people do that while they're walking in the store. She's clearly got a phone in her hand. See the phone? I can't get it to, it won't go by the screen movement now, clicking. Wonder why it won't do that. Having trouble. It's got it all wonky. I'm looking at this young lady here, where she came from. Okay, I must be getting tired. Or I've got to restart. See, it won't let me click on my screen anymore. Okay, so she's going to get in her van and she's going to like fly off. And then we've got another car. This little car is coming back. Remember it left a while ago. Damn it, why won't that work? No, can't get it to work. And that is exactly where Debbie begins pulling out. See there? Little white car's coming back. This gold truck is here, but the guy went inside. This car's coming back. It looks like the same car that was parked there beside him earlier. And now she begins to back up. Normal speed. I'm going to slow it down to sort of be able to watch what is all the different movements in the parking lot. Okay, so she's pulling out. Little small silver cars pulled up. Boom, there's the black truck. Right there's where it comes in. Now she's stopped and look at the dollar store. She's watching this. See her? Debbie is stopped. She literally stopped when she saw the black truck. Now this guy's outside of his vehicle. Y'all look. Look up there. Remember the truck I said was he's now out of his vehicle. She acts like maybe she's going to follow the black truck. This guy is at the back. He's just standing there now. Look at that. Okay, she's pulling out. Let's watch this truck up here. She's still pulling out. Boom, there's the black truck. She's looking over her shoulder watching. So you're looking at him? Debbie stopped as the black truck's pulling up. When do they get out? He's getting out of the truck right now. He's getting out of the truck. See that? She looks like she's going to follow the black truck. This guy stops right here. Look. He's standing there at the back of the truck. Looks like now either is somebody else getting out of the truck? The truck door's open. See it right there? See that truck and the silver car? There's people moving in between it. And previously they were sitting in their own cars, just sitting there until the black truck pulled in the parking lot. Strange, isn't it? It's like she's got a great deal of indecision, not figuring out what to do about. So see the girl in the silver car pulls up and then they It looks like she and the guy in the red, that there's a moment of conversation. She definitely stops her car. The red car doesn't really stop, it just slow roll, but her car is stopped. See, now she's moving. Wow. And then the other red car enters the parking lot from the other side. Black truck never leaves. Maybe they had her trapped. I don't know. Definitely, if I were law enforcement, definitely I'd be looking for that red truck. 100%. Strange. All right, everybody. I will let you guys go. I mean, I don't know that it provided a lot of I don't know what we really learned from the whole thing other than, yeah, there's definitely some um sketchy, you know, there's a couple. The red car is really curious. The girl, the what appears to be the Family Dollar store worker, I don't know. It's something strange, right? It's game day. Lots of people are wearing red. Absolutely, Kathy. Um, red shirt seems to be an employee, Family Dollar. Yeah, I think you can't ignore that girl there, Anna. She shows a lot of interest in the black truck, right? Like a lot. And she slows down and has some sort of exchange, it would appear, with the person in the red car. And the red car and the red truck are fairly sketchy, circling, hanging out the parking lot and never doing anything. So there are some really curious. The black truck, you can't ignore that. And, uh, you know, the truth of the matter is that Steve Collier has a big black crew cab truck. So I don't know. What happened? Did they have him at gunpoint? And she saw that through the, I mean, I don't know. So again, it's wild speculation, 100% brainstorming. I have zero way of knowing if that was either him, even him in his truck. So don't get all mad and everything. I'm just saying what could have accounted for such a strange movement. You know, she's obviously hesitant. Can we agree? If you think that watching her car, the way she's going slow, she's kind of putting the brakes on, seems unsure about what direction to go, at the very least, can we agree she seemed hesitant? If you think she appeared hesitant or indecisive, put a 1. If you think she just looked like she was relaxed day, put a 2. yeah, I don't think there's any I don't think there's anything in terms of cleaning other than you got those 2 rolls of paper towels. Hey, Nancy Drew. Hi, Diana. Jerry, welcome. Good to have you. Hey, Yvette. Thank you, Shelley. Cinnamon. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so we're all kind of seeing the same thing, but what would account for it? And I'm thinking there were people in the parking lot, and she knew they were there. She was aware they were there, and she was afraid of them. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking somehow she was being controlled. All right. What do you guys think? You think somehow they were controlling her? Do you think there were people watching her? Do you think somebody was in the vehicle with her? Just kind of type a single word or 2 words what your thoughts are. You think people are in the parking lot observing her? Or do you think someone's actually in the car with her? Or maybe they're using coercive measures, saying they're going to harm her child? Maybe both. Okay. Cappy thinks maybe somebody in the car with her. They definitely had control, right, Shelley? Somehow they were controlling her. Silver Explorer, her talking, and then he gets in her van. Yeah, it's hard to ignore that, isn't it, Big Ups? What me and Big Ups are talking about is over here. This vehicle, can y'all still see that? Yes. Okay. This vehicle here, this big silver Explorer, it pulls in right at the very beginning of all this. And it hasn't left yet. So we could go ahead and let it play and let's see if I don't remember if it ever leaves. And maybe y'all already know that, but I don't. So let's go to about right here. And then we'll hit play. And that's Debbie leaving. Remember, these people are standing, they've gotten out of the car. You got a group of people coming from inside the store, but they're walking out to their vehicle right here. And we literally have seen no movement around the Silver Explorer. So Big Ups. You think perhaps somebody got out of the Silver Explorer and into the car with Debbie? Maybe. Just seems really strange that it pulls up there and then just sits for so long. And I sat and looked at it. I didn't think I ever saw anybody get out of it. There was a white car beside it that I thought somebody got out of. And I guess, I could be wrong. But it really didn't. It looked like the doors of the little small car. A damn sketchy red truck. Here's that sketchy red truck. I'd be watching him so close. Somebody come running out. So I guess the silver Explorer never leaves, huh? That's it. Black truck still sitting there. And 4 more seconds and it'll be over. All right. So it never moved. There you go. I don't know. All right. Don't forget to please go over to Gray Hughes and subscribe, and watch the video on his channel so he gets the viewing times, because that's his stuff. Was Debbie in the van? Yeah. So Makeup with Jackie, the whole thing, she's in her car. And the Silver Explorer arrives. We don't ever see anybody get out of it, and it never leaves. Very interesting. That's right, Makeup with Jackie. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Okay, people, you guys are awesome. Thank y'all for being here and kind of sitting through this with me. I know it wasn't, riveting and exciting, but it kind of gives you some insight. That was not a good experience that time that she's sitting in the parking lot. There's clearly things happening. There's something happening to her. So, I don't know. I think that's when it happened, was when she left there. Somehow they had control, got her to pull over, So thank you, Shelly. No, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are true blue. Okay. Okay. Well, look, y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank y'all so much for kind of just sitting around and visiting and chatting. I am begging you, please go over, subscribe to Gray Hughes, watch the video on his channel so that he gets the view time. And then I'm also going to be sure to do a donation so that, to pay for me using his footage. All right. Y'all have Gray works hard, and I appreciate it too. I think she was carjacked right there. Yeah, whether it was an out and out carjacking by like a stranger, you got to think. I mean, she was burned. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It is definitely one for the books, Anna. Very curious. It is. It's going to be one. It's going to be hard to quit watching. It is really intriguing. So anyway, unfortunately, I'll know this: when drugs are involved, it's dangerous business to be involved in drugs in this world. So it's too bad though that, looks like she ended up paying the price for someone else's drug use. It's what it kind of looks like to me. But all right, y'all have a great evening. Y'all are awesome. Please go give Gray subscribe and watch the video on his channel, and I'll make a donation to his fund. All right, y'all are awesome. Thank you. See you tomorrow. But not tomorrow. See you Wednesday. Bye.